Once upon a time, in a lush, green valley, there lived a group of animals who all took pride in their strengths and abilities. Among them were lions, known for their bravery, eagles for their keen eyesight, and horses for their speed. Each animal contributed to the community in its own unique way, earning respect and admiration from others. In this valley also lived a small, cunning fox named Pharaoh. Unlike the other animals, Pharaoh didn't have any remarkable skills or strengths. He was neither brave nor particularly clever, but he had a sharp tongue and a knack for boasting. Pharaoh loved to tell grand stories about his so-called adventures, always making himself out to be the hero. He would strut around the valley, telling tales of how he had outsmarted the fiercest predators or crossed treacherous rivers, always escaping danger with ease. The other animals, busy with their own lives, paid little attention to Pharaoh's stories at first. But as time went on, some began to wonder if there was any truth to his tales. Pharaoh would often brag about facing down a wolf or outrunning a cheetah, all while making sure to be as loud and boastful as possible. Whenever a dangerous task needed to be done, Pharaoh would volunteer, bragging about how easy it would be for him. But when the time came to actually perform the task, Pharaoh would always find an excuse to back out at the last moment, leaving others to do the hard work. One day, a rumor spread through the valley that a ferocious bear had wandered into the forest nearby. The bear was said to be enormous, with sharp claws and a roar that could shake the ground. The animals grew anxious, knowing that if the bear came into the valley, it could cause great harm. As the animals gathered to discuss what to do, Pharaoh strutted into the center of the group, his chest puffed out with confidence. "Don't worry, my friends," he announced loudly. "I have faced creatures far more fearsome than this bear. Leave it to me, and I'll scare him off before he even sets foot in our valley." The animals, who were genuinely concerned about the bear, looked at Pharaoh with a mix of hope and skepticism. Could he really be as brave and powerful as he claimed? They decided to give him a chance, eager to see if he could truly protect them as he boasted. The next morning, Pharaoh set off toward the forest, pretending to be calm and confident. But as soon as he was out of sight, his bravado faded. Pharaoh had never faced anything as dangerous as a bear, and the thought of confronting one terrified him. He wandered through the forest, hoping to find a place to hide until he could return to the valley and claim victory without ever having to see the bear. Meanwhile, the bear, unaware of Pharaoh's approach, continued to explore the forest, looking for food. Pharaoh, trembling with fear, finally found a cave where he could hide. As he crouched in the darkness, he thought about how he would lie to the other animals when he returned. He would tell them that he had scared the bear away with just a growl, that the bear had run off in terror at the sight of him. But as Pharaoh was plotting his escape, the bear caught the scent of the fox. Curious, the bear followed the scent to the cave where Pharaoh was hiding. When the bear peered inside and saw the frightened fox, he let out a low, rumbling growl. Pharaoh, petrified, let out a yelp and bolted out of the cave, running as fast as his legs could carry him. The fox ran and ran, not daring to look back. He dashed through the forest, his heart pounding in his chest, until he finally stumbled back into the valley, exhausted and panting. The other animals saw him and gathered around, expecting to hear how he had bravely faced the bear. But Pharaoh, too shaken to think clearly, blurted out the truth. The bear was too strong. I couldn't fight him. I ran away." The animals stared at him in silence, realizing that Pharaoh's bravado had been nothing but empty boasting. He had bragged about his courage and strength, but when faced with real danger, he had proven to be nothing more than a coward. From that day on, the animals no longer paid attention to Pharaoh's stories. They saw him for what he truly was, a coward who only bragged to cover up his lack of bravery. Pharaoh, now ashamed, stopped boasting and kept to himself, understanding that true courage comes from actions, not words. Moral of the story: Cowards may boast and brag, but when real danger arises, their true nature is revealed. True bravery is shown through actions, not empty words.